Hello. Welcome to 5 Minute Quick Reviews. I'm Bernie, where we review movies and games in under 5 minutes. Today we're going to be talking about Upgrade. Let's get started. So basically, Upgrade was a movie that I feel like not very many people saw, and it was really good. I didn't know too much about it before I went to see it, but I actually enjoyed it way more than I thought I actually would. So, a quick summary, no spoilers, of the movie is there's this guy. Well, it's in the future, and there's technology, robotic cars, robotic servants in your house, and all that stuff, right? Near future, not too far in the future, but there's robots. The long story short, so there's this guy, and he is very old school. How we are now. He doesn't trust these robots. He wants to live like we would now, and he wants to stay living that way. He doesn't like the robot cars. He loves driving himself, and he's into cars. He builds muscle cars in his garage, and so he gets in a car crash actually, and then he is paralyzed, and he's just miserable all the time, and so this young Steve Jobs-esque scientist comes to him and tells him that he can give him his movement back. And so the guy takes up his offer, and he puts a computer chip in his head, and it talks to him, and then they have to go kind of on, like a mystery hunt to find out the people responsible for his car crash. And yeah, that's the basic plot. So 90% of the dialogue, or not 90, probably like 70% of the dialogue is between the guy and the robot in his head. And one thing, I really liked, I know we're not at the pros yet, but one thing I really liked was the interaction between him talking, because he has to talk out loud for the thing to hear him in his head, but the thing can just send messages straight to his head, and he can hear it, and only he can hear it. But so it's really fun to just listen to him talk out loud and have the thing talk to him, and people are looking at him like he's crazy, and I enjoyed that a lot. Okay, now we're going to get into the cons. And one of the cons I had is the movie's kind of short. I wish it was a little bit longer. It's probably an hour and a half, 1 hour 35 minutes, I would guess. It's kind of short. I wish it was a little bit longer because I liked it so much. And then another thing is the bad guy. The bad guy in this movie, gotta give him a thumbs down. I did not enjoy him. I thought he's kind of weird, kind of like a hipster bad guy. And I mean, I guess that's cool, but it was not really doing much for me. So, one thing I have, this isn't a con, but it's not a pro either, it's kind of in this neutral territory, is the story is just, it's kind of strange, alright? I know I gave a quick summary and it kind of made it sound straightforward, but when you see it, you realize that the story is actually kind of strange, and it's a bit weird. It's not a good or a bad thing. I liked it, but I could see if people don't like it, so I guess it's a good thing. So yeah, let's get right into the pros. My favorite pro is that the action in this movie is epic, because no matter what he's doing, he's fighting guys, and the robot takes control of his body and helps him do like awesome fight moves and knock guys out and kill them and stuff. Is that no matter what's going on in the action, the main character always will be in the center of the frame. Like, it's hard to explain, but like if I move like this, the camera would move with me, so it looks like everything around me will move, but I would stay right in the same place. It is very hard to explain. That explanation probably didn't make any sense, but you'll know what I mean when you see the movie. I loved it. I thought it was very original and put a really cool twist on the whole thing. Another thing, I talked about this in the beginning, is just the interaction between him and the robot in his head. And by the way, the robot in his head is called STEM. So the interaction between the main character and STEM, that was great. That was most of the character interactions in the movie was between him and STEM, and I really liked that a lot. So Upgrade, I don't feel like many people saw it. I feel like it was really good. Definitely a nice R-rated action movie, very gory, but very fun. It's not over the top. And I thought it was a really good movie, and my official rating for this movie is a 8.1 out of 10. See you later.